All right, so now we're recording. I'm going to share my screen. And then I'm going to mute you guys. All right, cool. I feel like I haven't seen you guys in so long. So tonight we are going to talk about, does my audience know that they can join me? So this is something that I have been thinking about a lot lately, and really just with like a lot of the top coaches who I follow and noticing like a trend with everything that they share on their stories. And like I've just noticed that they are consistently like inviting other people to join them or talking about their groups or talking about like the different options and ways of joining either their team or joining their accountability group. And it is like an every single day thing. And I've noticed just like watching like your guys' stuff and even looking back like through my own stuff, and I'm like super I don't know what word I'm looking for, but just I feel like a lot of times I don't actually talk about like, hey, you can do this with me, or talk about the different ways that they can actually join, because I'm also like having to remind myself that not everyone sees everything that I share every single day. So like just because I talked about the group that I'm starting yesterday, just because I talked about it yesterday doesn't mean that I shouldn't talk about it again today, if that makes sense. So I have 3 objectives of things that we're going to go over tonight. And the first is self-evaluation of like the last month of content that you have put out. So looking at your stories and your posts that you've made on social media. Number 2, we're going to look at best practices for sharing your journey authentically. And then number 3, different ways to share and invite daily without feeling icky. So just getting fun and creative with how we talk about our groups, how we talk about the business and coaching, to where we can make sure that we're talking about it every single day without like coming off as being super salesy or anything like that. So the first step is going to be self-evaluation. So I pulled this quote that I thought was really good. It says, "We do not learn from experience. We learn from reflecting on experience." So I have like, since I've gone full-time into coaching, I've really tried to make sure that I'm going back at least once a week and looking over kind of like what were my goals for the week. And something that I wanted to show you guys, where is it? It's right here. So I have been using this planner again. It's called the Make Chic Happen Social Media Planner. It's from Melanie Mitro from whatever their company's called, Chic, whatever, Make Chic Happen or something. So this planner actually helps you to like go and reflect every single week on what it is that you wanted to accomplish. So it has like a place for your Facebook and for your Instagram, but I mostly just focus on Instagram and the results that I'm getting there. So every single Sunday, I will go back and fill in the information that it requests. So the accounts reached, how many impressions I made, how many new followers did I get, what was my most engaging post, and then it has a question that says, was last week's social media goal met? And so then on the next page is where you set your goals. And then you can just kind of keep track of like what is happening each week. And something that I also wanted to go over tonight is a like social media content planning kind of method that you can go through to help you focus on, okay, it's Monday, but what is my goal for my business by the end of the week? Like, am I wanting to enroll new coaches to start mentoring? Or this week, am I focusing on recruiting new challengers for my accountability group? Because depending on what your goal is, you're going to need to change what you are posting and talking about. That makes sense. But we don't necessarily know if what we are doing is working if we're not reflecting and looking back to see if the goals that we have are actually being met. So as part of this, we won't have time to do it like when we're on here together tonight, but I want you to go to your Instagram feed and figure out how many times you actually talked about different ways that your followers could join you, either through coaching or through your accountability group. And then also go through your story, your archives on your story, and figure out how many times you actually invited people to join you on there. And then see if you are actually mapping out your social media content around your business and personal goals that you have set for yourself. Because like I just mentioned earlier, if we're not like paying attention and reflecting back to see like, hey, I say that I want to hit Success Club 10 and I want to add 5 new coaches to my team, but like, has that actually been happening? And if the answer is no, then we need to look back at the way we have been running our business and the content that we've been putting out and see how we need to make changes. So, scroll the wrong way. Can y'all hear the dogs? They are so wild. Okay, so look back and say, okay, what was my Success Club goal for this month? Like, think back to the beginning of the month and what was your goal and where are you today? So if you said that you wanted to hit Success Club 10, maybe you're only at Success Club 2 or Success Club 4, and we only have a couple days left of the month. So are the actions that you've been taking in your business every single day aligned with the goals that you say that you have? Because sometimes we have these big, huge, lofty goals that we want to reach every single month, but the action that we're actually willing or able to put in towards reaching those goals might not actually get us there. So we might have to reevaluate either one or the other. Either our goals need to change a little bit, or the actions that we're putting in, the time we're putting in every single day may need to adjust as well to help us to get to that goal if that's what we truly want. And so the last question is what I'm doing actually working, or do I need to adjust my actions and my methods of how I'm running my business? So this is something that I think that we should be doing every single week, honestly, and definitely every single month. So part of like your Sunday recovery, Sunday reflections, everything can be looking back at this to see if the goal that you set is, if you're on track to get there or not. Because we're getting ready to start a brand new month. So on Saturday, it's August 1st, we'll be talking about goals for August. And the best way to approach it is to think like, okay, what is my goal for the entire month? And then break it down into what your weekly goals need to be. And then we will kind of craft our content and the things that we're talking about and sharing about to help us achieve those goals every single week. So how do we actually do that and share authentically and not come across as being super salesy or just feeling like we're talking about the exact same thing all the time? So the first thing is to go back to your 5 things. So those 5 things that kind of make you who you are, and make sure you're sharing about those every day and throughout the week. So we're not just sharing about Beachbody, because there are so many other interesting things about every single one of us. And people truly just want to get to know you on a deeper level. They don't just want to see the Beachbody side of your life. They want to see your family life. They want to see what you do for fun. So all of those different things need to be incorporated into what you're sharing every single day. And that is going to make you feel more authentic and not like you are just talking about Beachbody and just trying to recruit for your groups all the time. So share the real stuff. So not just your highlight reel, but the actual real stuff that happens in your everyday. So the good, the bad, the times when you slip up, the times when you have a treat, the times when you just really don't feel like working out. And so maybe that's what you say. Like maybe you hop on your stories and like, okay, it's time for me to drink this go-go juice and get my workout done, but I really don't even want to. Like, I am not motivated today, but I'm still going to get up and do it anyways, because I know that's what's going to get me closer to my goal. So just focus on being yourself. The more yourself that you can be, the more people will relate to you and trust you, because like, just honestly, it's exhausting trying to be somebody that you're not, and you're not going to attract the people who are going to be your people, who want to work with you, who you're going to enjoy working with, who you're going to have fun working with. You're not going to find those people if you're not showing up on your stories and through your content as yourself. So ideas of things that you can share. I have a lot of these. So your morning routine, your workout, any feelings or thoughts that you have after your workout. For me personally, like one of the things I like to do is either hop on my stories and talk like on video, either right before my workout or right after my workout, either to talk about my morning routine, or maybe I'll talk about something that happened the day before, kind of just give like a rundown of what my day is going to look like, the things I'm excited about for the day. personal development takeaways, you checking into your challenge group or checking in to our team page. If we have power hours, team calls, you can talk about those. Just simple day-to-day tasks that you do every single day. Maybe something that seems super simple, but could actually be like really helpful for somebody else. Fun things you do on the weekends, small pieces of your story with coaching and with Beachbody. So maybe a couple times a week you pop on and just talk about how you're working on your coaching work, but you share a little piece of your story of how you got started or why you got started or the positive changes that you've seen in your life since you started and joined this community. You can talk about your favorite things about our community, about coaching, your meals, your nutrition plan. Any of those things are really good things to talk about. So the next step is inviting daily on our stories. So I give just some examples here of different ways that you can do that. So after your workout, talk about your next group. Talk about what you're excited about. Talk about when your next program is going to be starting, when your next group is going to be starting, and what all it involves. Explain what they get when they join you. So go through like all the different things that they get when they get their package, like the workouts that they can stream online, they can do it from home, they get their nutrition programs, they get Shakeology, and tell them like what Shakeology is going to do for them. Talk about the different things that they get from our group every single week. Actually like video and show them how BOD works on your TV or your computer so they can actually see how you access your workouts every single day. Show how you make your shake and tell them that they get a month's supply of this superfood shake when they join you because that could be something that they didn't even realize. Make some Instagram stories to create FOMO among your followers. Show a list of people you're going to work with. So limit the number of people. So if you can like go on Canva and just create a little series of Instagram stories to promote your next group. And then on the last slide, have a list of say like numbered 1 through 5 of the people who you're going to work with. And say that the cutoff for people to join is on Sunday night and you're only taking 5 people. So just making sure that you're talking about your group and talking about the business in some way every single day and making sure that your audience knows that they can join you whenever they're ready. So something that I have just tried to start incorporating is like every single day after my workout, I talk about our challenge groups in some way. And what helps me to actually make sure that I do this every single day is to plan it out in this planner. And I will take some pictures of this and share it with you guys. So even if you don't like want to purchase the planner, you can kind of do the same thing on your own each week. But it has a place for your Instagram posts that you can plan them out, and then even your Instagram stories. So a lot of times it will help me if I will just go through and brainstorm whatever I want, whatever like small little topic it is that I want to be sure that I talk about on my stories every single day. I just jot it down in there. That way I don't have to really spend a lot of time thinking about it. And then after my workout's over, I can just hop on there and talk for a couple minutes and give them like some little kind of insight of either this is how it works, this is what you get, or this is the thing that I struggled with that I have now overcame because of either the programs, the nutrition, because of Shakeology, because of the community, whatever it is. And just like we talked about with Kendra Hall from Summit and the power of your story. So just trying to make sure that you're telling, even if it's some little tiny story that you think it doesn't even matter, but any kind of story that you can tell is going to help people to get to know you better, to relate to you more, to trust you more, and to actually like be able to see them as similar to you. And then when that happens is when they can see themselves actually doing what you do and being part of our community. So that is all I have for slides, but let me see if I can find this. Let me stop sharing. And I'm going to see if I can find this little like content planning thing that I followed. I think I actually heard it on like one of Melanie Mitro's podcasts or something. But it was basically just kind of a little guide of how she plans out her content based on the goals that she has. Let's see. That's not it. I think this is it. Okay, here it is. I'm gonna share my screen again. Christy, I know you can't see it, but that's okay. Okay, so this is how Melanie literally plans out everything that she does. Oh, it went away. All right, can you see my screen? Oh, why does it keep doing that? Okay, can you see it? Okay. Okay, so the first thing that she says is, okay, what is my goal? So this, for example, this is my marketing plan for an Ultimate Portion Fix group that I did back in May. So my goal was to sign up 5 customers or coaches with a challenge pack so that I can hit Success Club 10 in May, and that they have to sign up by May 27th. Okay, so that's my goal. My what, so what am I inviting to? I'm inviting people to my Summer Shred Fitness and Accountability group starting on the 27th. We will have 2 weeks of prep with Ultimate Portion Fix and then 30 days of nutrition and fitness support. So be specific here of exactly what you are inviting them to, and then a description of everything that they are going to get and how it's going to work. So the description, I said the Summer Shred group is going to be focused on helping you get a handle on your nutrition and set realistic health and fitness goals. I'm going to help you get started with the Ultimate Portion Fix and make sure you really dig in and understand the concepts. I'm going to help you graduate from the UPF course and then implement the plan for 30 days. Working out will also be part of our group, but optional if you're not ready for that. Start to finish, we will do this together. In the online support group, you will receive a Monday Mindset live video from me each week, daily accountability, troubleshooting tips such as strategies to handle late night snacking, emotional eating, traveling and eating out at restaurants, and more. I want this to be a lifestyle change and not a crash diet. Each day you will check into the group for accountability and I will guide you through the program. So that's super specific, but I will take the description and then that will help me with my strategy for how I'm actually going to accomplish this goal. So the requirements of everyone are that each person has me as their assigned coach. Each person commits to a challenge pack that includes Ultimate Portion Fix, Shakeology, or the Performance Stack, and optional BOD. And they must commit to sign up by May 27th. So just a little bit more of the details of like what they actually have to have. So then the strategy is going to be different things that I'm going to talk about. So you'll see I've kind of planned this marketing thing for about a week's worth of content, a week or two. So I decided that on Sunday, May 19th is when I'm going to announce my next group. And then the tagline that I wanted to use is, did you know that whatever day is the first day of summer, and then have some before and after pictures. I'm going to do stories that break that post down and then make a sequence about the whole concept of the entire group. I'm going to go live in under 5 minutes to start with the tagline and talk about a personal story and how I overcame the confidence issue and now feel good and confident in my own skin. So the next thing on Monday, I'm going to make a post or do a story about hiding from pictures with your families and friends because you're not confident in the way that you look. I'm talking about different nutritional theories on Tuesday and talking about time nutrition and how it has helped me. I'm going to talk about emotional eating on Wednesday. I'm going to share other people's success stories on Thursday. On Saturday, I'm going to show how I actually make my meal plan. And then on Sunday, I'm going to talk about navigating the grocery store. And I'm going to talk about how I only have a certain number of spots left in my group. So does that make sense? Like you kind of just outline, okay, what's the goal? What all is involved? And then what is my strategy for how I'm actually going to get there? So with the content for August, so I was working on our calendar today, and I've kind of designed it to where the first 2 weeks of the month we are focusing on coaching in the business and inviting to that, because we have the What is Coaching webinar, we have the Be a Coach for a Week group that we're going to do, and then we have the new coach training calls. So those first 2 weeks, our goal is going to be based on however many people we want to jump on for the webinar and join the Be a Coach for a Week group. And so then we're going to craft all of the content that we are going to be putting out around those goals. And then after that group is over, we'll kind of switch gears and we'll focus more on the accountability group and MBF and talking more about that side of things. So it can kind of give us more of a focus, because for me personally, like if I'm trying to talk about both all the time, I feel like I don't ever get a whole lot accomplished. But if I can narrow it down and say like, okay, for these 2 weeks, my focus needs to be just on the business, just on coaching, it's a lot easier for me to come up with content for those 2 weeks. And then I can switch gears for the next 2 weeks to talk more about fitness and nutrition and confidence and like getting results and things like that to get people interested in doing MBF with me a second time. So that is basically all I have tonight. Told y'all it would be pretty short. I'm going to unmute you guys.
Okay, so like where I'm in this test group, I can't post any videos or like anything about anything. All I can do is post one sweaty selfie a day. That's it.
Post a lot about your food. Maybe like focus on your, because you're gonna have to focus on your nutrition.
I mean, yeah, like there's no, I can't have a cheat meal. No Mexican.
So maybe like talk about that part instead of the workout.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to have to. And like a lot of people in the test group are asking, you know, like how do we still promote our business when we can't show people like that we're working out, you know?
Mm-hmm. Then focus more on like what our group is doing.
Okay.
And talking about like, I mean, just be upfront and honest and be like, I can't share with you guys what I'm currently doing right now, but this is what like talk, because like I'm starting MBF on Monday. Chrissy's doing MBF. A lot of other people are starting MBF. So maybe instead of talking about what you're doing, talk about
what
MBF
everybody else is doing
and what they're doing. And like share the results that we're getting. Because like in all honesty, like the running program is not going to get released for another couple months anyways.
Yeah.
So when you have people who are signing up, they're probably going to be wanting to do MBF or like talk about the bar. You like did so well with bar, like go back to your results that you got from bar, or even morning meltdown. Like you're getting ready to have results that you can share from that and talk about that experience. So maybe you just talk more about that than what you're currently doing.
Okay, that's a good idea. Thank you. Yeah, I've been
welcome.
curious because I haven't known what to what to do.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I guess that what I would try to do is kind of just create like a lot of interest around what I'm doing, since I can't really say what it is, you know,
yeah.
And just, I mean, you'll be able to share that you did your workout every day, and you can kind of talk about, like I said, like you can hop on and talk like afterwards, I would assume, about like just talk about our group and our community and like how like something that you're getting out of it or benefiting from.
Okay, that's a good idea. I can do that.
Yeah.
You could also talk about like the products like Recover and that stuff, like how much it's helped you since you have been like doing so many workouts and you're changing what you're doing compared to what you were maybe.
Yeah, that's a good idea too.
Mm-hmm. But I just think if we get more intentional about like, okay, this is what my goal is and like, how do I get there? like get more specific about what we need to be sharing about and talking about, to where it's actually like helping us to get to a specific goal instead of just being like super generalized. Does that make sense? Like actually having a plan. Like, I know we like to kind of just fly by the seat of our pants and like do our own thing because we're like, oh, it's just posting on social media, whatever. But like, if we have a like strategic plan, we are so much more likely to actually get to that goal and make it happen, because we're actually thinking ahead and planning things out and saying like, okay, if this is my focus for the next 2 weeks, if I'm sharing about coaching for the next 2 weeks, then on my stories, I need to make sure that I'm sharing my power hours. I need to talk about our team calls that we're doing, our coffee chats. I need to talk more about the community. I need to talk about my vision that I have for where I'm going with coaching, what my goals are. Like, even if I'm not there yet, I need to talk about where I'm headed, because that would get people on board if they have the same kind of goals for their life. And then we can switch gears after we get past all the like the new coach group and everything, and then talk about fitness more and nutrition and all of that. So I think that that will help, and just like being more conscious of, am I actually like putting it out there that people can do this with me, or am I just sharing what I'm doing without really saying like, you can do this too? If that makes sense.
Yeah. Hey, how much do you when you do like giveaways, how much do you usually do, like on gift cards or whatever?
Usually like $10 to $25. I think 25 is the most you can do.
Okay, so they have like a limit on it, kind of.
I think so.
Okay. Because we're gonna do a free group starting like next week to try and get people in for Team Cup.
Oh, nice. That's a good idea.
So, and we're reading a new book, so that gives us something to talk about.
Ooh, what are you reading?
Tiny Habits.
I think I've heard that one.
Yeah, somebody had it. One of the podcasts we had to listen to, or that was on the thing, talked about it like a couple weeks ago or something.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the show.
I gotta go. I gotta go
Have
run.
fun running.
Bye. See you guys later.
Bye.
So, like, like me and Christy and Annette are reading it.
Okay. Cool.
So.
I'm reading a new one too. I'm reading this one.
And so you showed something about it. Yeah.
21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership.
That's a John Maxwell book, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love him. But I will share, I'm going to take pictures of this like social media planner that I've been using. And I'll post it in the team page for y'all, because I think it would be super helpful for everybody to do, just because it's really hard to know if you're actually making progress if you're not ever really like looking back to see if what you're doing is actually like helping you get towards the goals that you have. So it has been, and like without having like it kind of like laid out for me, I don't really think about doing it. But since it's like part of the planner, it's like, oh yeah, I have to go back and like look through and see. Like you just go to your insights on Instagram, and it will like give you all the information that you have to fill out there. So that's pretty cool.
Maybe me and Christy can do that on our weekend chat sessions.
Yeah.
We're gonna like start doing like weekend team planning sessions and like schedule kind of, so we can schedule stuff out, because we can't ever make like the power hours. I'm just like, I can't even do it. Like,
I know, it's hard for me too. It's weird. I mean, because like I want to do them, but I don't know, it just rarely ever works out. I don't know why. I'm gonna quit
well, it's like,
recording.
because like things come up like